Hey everybody, it's that time again. We're going to do another unboxing, and this time we're going to do it for something called Awful Orphanage from WorkHouse Games. This is something I backed on Kickstarter quite some time ago now. I liked it because, first of all, it was a six-player game and there's six people in my family, so it's a great family game for that. It comes with some really interesting miniatures in it and just looked like a good, fun game to play. Now, it's one of those kind of cooperative competitive games. I know there's a word for that, but I can't think of what it is right now. But yeah, you can work together, but also, you know, screw each other over at the end if you want. And that's always quite cool to have that in the game. You know, the collaboration piece, with also the opportunity to have a bit of a competitiveness in it as well. It's a game about essentially you're a bunch of sort of orphans. You get put into this awful orphanage, and yeah, you're trying to find out what's going on, try and escape before you get your soul sacrificed by the owner of the orphanage to the sort of grim man who is horrible. And there's all sorts of other gribbly things going on inside this orphanage. So yeah, let's crack it open and take a look what's inside, shall we? This is the Kickstarter edition. I don't know if the retail version will be any different. I think on Kickstarter it was £45, which I think is pretty good for a six-player board game. So let's get into it, shall we? It's a tile-based game. It's got some really nice miniatures in there, so it's very keen to sort of like how board games are these days, being more sort of miniature-based. But yes, let's. Well, okay. So straight at the top, we can see there's definitely a tray of miniatures on the top. So let's take this out. I've got a close camera here as well, so I'll put some of the things under. I'll put some sellotape on here. But this is always nice to see because the miniatures go back into their respective holes within the board games. You don't have miniatures. If you do choose to paint these, I will probably do some kind of zenith paint on them rather than paint individually. You know, a stylised job on it rather than having grey plastic. But there's nothing wrong with keeping grey plastic as well. So straight off the top, I'll move this to the side a bit, and I will show you these on another camera. So don't worry just yet. So we've got some custom dice, 2d6s. Yeah, just 2d6s, and oh, let me find where my hand needs to be. My hand needs to be there. There we go. Unique dice there, which has got like a spider's web on it or something. What is that? Oh no, it's like a mythothy type sign. This one here, which has footsteps, a cup of tea, nice, or coffee, depending on your poison, and then just two normal d6. Nice dice. The test is always, how do they roll? And they roll just like every other dice I've ever rolled in my life. Brilliant. What else have we got? We've got a deck of cards. So let me jump into these. Try and find the little tab piece. There's always a bit. There we go. No, that didn't rip nicely. We'll jump to the blade instead. There we go. And this, I think, if I jump to here, is the kind of, it says on the back, stuff. So this is the stuff you can find in the orphanage to either help you avoid capture or to aid your friends or hinder them, or to even fight back against the orderlies and the sinister man and potentially the other horrible things you'll find. I'm assuming that's one of the horrible things you can find. A nasty clown. It's the creepy clown kid. And who isn't going to like to come up against the creepy clown kid? There's a lump of coal. Yeah, there's a cornered rat. A cricket bat. And I don't mean to make a rhyme. There we go. So yeah, I mean, there's quite a lot. That's a good sized deck of cards there. There's a lot of random stuff you're going to come across. Fair bit of longevity in the game that you'll probably not come across the same item twice for some time. What else have we got? Oh, we've got some unique stuff. I think this is going to be unique to the Kickstarter. So again, it is more stuff. It says on the back of the cards. It's just more stuff, but it's 4 items. So these might have been Kickstarter only items. That tends to be what happens. You've got a talisman. You've got sorry, a talisman, which is actually like a pendant. This candle, a ring, and this book. They've got quite a nice effect on them. I don't know if you can tell on the camera. It almost looks like the cards. Yeah, it's definitely got. If I run my finger over the word talisman there, if I put this back under, if I run my finger over that word talisman, it's got a slight raised sort of piece on it. It gives them quite a nice sort of effect. I don't think this camera here will show it, but you get quite a nice sort of texture on the cards as you sort of twist them around. The light reflects off them really nicely. It's a small thing, but it looks cool, so therefore it counts. And then here we have more cards. I think these look to be sort of character cards. So we'll jump back on here, and we've got. I'm going to turn the light off on this because I'm getting a bit of reflection. It's a bit darker, but you don't get the reflection so much. So you've got Alice, a couple of Alices, Duffer, Flo, inmate cards. Oh, okay. So I don't know quite what this means, but one side shows you this, the other side shows you that you spent the card. So maybe they are companions you can get throughout the game. Like I said, I haven't played it yet. We will do a let's play of it. But essentially each card has a character, like Oliver. Oliver has, when searching for a room, choose 2 cards and pick the best one. So he gets the chance to sort of, pick one that he wants. But then he has the other side which says spent, which then shows the abilities used. So potentially maybe you're going to use your ability once before, for a period of time, and you flip the card over to show that it's spent. That may be how it's done. Again, not played it, looking forward to playing it, but I'm guessing that's what you do. Right, let's jump into some of the miniatures. So first of all, let's have a look at the Sinister Man. So I think this is the big bad guy. And here he is. Oh, we're not going to get, you're going to focus in on me, Mr. Camera? There we go. Oh, I'll keep my hand there. So yeah, this is the Sinister Man. Very tall looking miniature, very cool looking. I mean, compared that to the, let's get one of the children just for comparison. We'll hold them side by side. Yeah. Very spooky, the Sinister Man. There we go. So let me have a little bit of a closer look myself. You know, they're nice. They're board game pieces. These aren't sort of what you'd expect to see from a Games Workshop or something like that. But for board game pieces, they're absolutely fine. And they'll take paint fine if you choose to paint them. But you don't have to, they look just as fine as they are. So there you go, that's Sinister Man. Let's show you some of the others. I'll show you some of, well, that must be Oliver. I think the one I compared him to a second ago was Oliver. So there's Oliver. And they've all got detailed bases, which is nice. This reminds me of sort of Stephen King's It. No, what am I talking about? The Shining with the twins. Come play with us. Yeah, so again, nice looking miniatures. Let's look at some of the other things. Now, this is the scary boy clown boy. This is a very small miniature, so it's maybe quite hard to see the details of him, but it looks very cool. It does look like a child version of the new It character. You have the orderlies. There's a bunch of these. Looks like there's 6 of these guys. So these are just more like sort of hench kind of guards of the orphanage, walking around, making sure children are not out of their beds and they're behaving. I think this is the lady. I don't know her name, but I think this must be the lady owner of the orphanage, with her secret plans of stealing children's souls using the Sinister Man to do her bidding. And yeah, just lots more of the children. I won't go through all of them. I'll give you a quick overview with the camera in a sec. I'll grab this camera and we'll go over the entire box. so there we go. So that's the miniatures. We'll come back to that in a second. I'll just show you what else is in the box. So flip back to here. What do we have? Now some of this I won't know what it is, and therefore, like this for instance, I have no idea what this is. Ah, this must be the game board. Now I thought it was tiles, but maybe it is played on a game board, and then you have tiles as well. So let me bring this into camera. Yeah, so there we go. There is a game board. Oh, it has turn up sides. So I don't know what this is. These sides flex. So, but it's definitely got rooms on the board. So if I bring this one here, you can see there's rooms on the board. There's a grid for you to lay out more pieces of room. The sides have a cut to them, and I think that could be a magnet there and there. So these obviously go together somehow. Now I'm not going to try and do that yet, because I don't want to break the board. I always find with these kind of board games, the hinges on them are always a bit delicate. So we'll find out what that is. I do like that on the other side it clearly says the name of the game. I think that's quite cool. We'll come back to that in a sec, because the rule book might show. I'll have a quick look in the book in a second. So here is Awful Orphanage, the core rules. Nice artwork, not very thick, so which is nice to know. Probably jump into the game fairly quickly. I'm just having a quick look through, and most of it's like stylized as well, so it's not just boring, like, you know, there's a bit of story there about what's going on. Even more sort of backstory to the children that are in the game. Yeah, and then you get into building the board. So that's cool. I mean, that was it. I think I turned 4 pages then, and I was back into fluff. I think it was 4 pages of rules of getting going. Yeah, so that should be a pick up and play fairly quickly. Right, we're now onto tokens. Give you a quick look at the tokens, but they're what you expect. Just punch out card. This must be first turn. It's got number 1 written on it, so I'm assuming that's whoever's next first turn it is. Pass that token around the table. Good quality, nice thickness. And these are like swag tokens, so these must get placed in the rooms. And as you go into the rooms, you pick up the token and then take a card. Unless you're Oliver, you can pick up 2 cards. Ooh, these feel nice. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. Straight away on the back, there's like a velvet finish to the back of these. So that probably, actually I know what that will mean. When they're on the board, they won't slip around so much. So rather than being a shiny backing, it's actually velvet. I'll try and do some ASMR for you. Can you pick on that? Is that feeling good? Yes, so let me flip to this camera and see if I can show you. So yeah, see that? You can just about tell there's a velvety back to that, which means when they're placed down on the actual board, they shouldn't slip around so much, which is always a problem when you've got modular tile type games. Nice artwork on the tiles. You've got the WC there, the toilets. You've got where Jenny disappeared apparently. Corridors. Some black rooms. I wonder if that's undiscovered rooms. More tiles, more rooms. Let's have a look. The sack sewing room. The room where the food used to be. Food used to be. Who knows what it is now. And there's more tiles. What's this green one? This green one is the room that even the rats won't go in. So the names are great, because they're not just like it's the living room, it's the dining room, but it's names like that. So the naughty room, the nursery, the room that even the rats won't go in. So that's going to be a bad room. So that was 3, and then there's another 4 tiles here of more rooms, corridors with strange symbols on. and so on. I'm not going to read them all because I don't want to spoil I don't want to spoil the game for myself. But just from a look at it, there's quite a lot of variety there of rooms. Let me just take this out in case there's anything further inside the box. No, there isn't. So that's really nice. So again, these all go back in the slots. So they're all held together really nicely. You then have your token sheet. There are some additional bags. So once you've broken all these tokens out of this sheet, you can put them into bags. Board game goes on top. Then your miniatures. Then your rule book. And so on and so forth. So that was it. Now let me just grab this camera a second. And I'll try and give you all a bit of a closer look to the miniatures. So if we flip to this, we'll go from left to right and we'll have a look. So you can see the miniatures in the case, in the box. I'll try and flip them around a little bit so you can see their facings. Mr. Sinister, the Orderlies, Creepy Kid, the Twins, more orphans. There we go. So it looks like you're going to get 4, 8, 12 of the children. I assume, I don't know if he counts as a playable character, but there's 12 children, the Sinister Man, the Evil Lady owner, and then 6 orderlies all together. And then your cards get put away, and a nice little spot for your dice. So there we go. That's all the miniatures. And then we just slide this back into here. Grab our dice. Dice go into there. Put our cover on. Boom. Put the top on. And there we go. That is Awful Orphanage. The next video we'll do hopefully will be a let's play of this. It might not be straight away because obviously I'd like to play it with the whole family, and therefore I need to coordinate that with everyone's various activities that everyone has going on in busy families. But yeah, that was it. So I hope you liked that video of me unboxing Awful Orphanage. If you did pick up a copy, let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know how you played it, what it was like. If you're interested, also let me know if you fancy picking it up. I don't know when it comes to retail. I'm sure if you look it up on Kickstarter, you can find out all the details from WorkHouse Games there and then. So, thanks for watching the video. If you like it, give us a thumbs up. Subscribes are always welcome. I'm going to put some links in for Twitch. I do streaming. Hopefully I might even stream the actual Let's Play of this game. But, for now, that'll do. Thanks everybody. Bye-bye.